when banks go bankrupt. So during the heights of the recession, I had one of the worst nightmares, you can say, in the recent years what I had. Just before the nightmare started, nightmare in my dreams I mean to say, and just before that I had one of the most beautiful dreams as well. So how it all began? So it began this way. I mean, obviously, I'm dreaming. I am dreaming that I am one of the world's richest men. I have got something like, I am vacationing off the beaches in Little Palm, Florida, which is Little Palm Island in Florida, which is apparently one of the world's most expensive hotels. And I was with my, the whole crew. Like, I mean, I always travel on my personal plane. I have my personal plane, and I usually go around in yachts and have my own personal yachts. And I was like something like a $50 billion worth, and the world's most richest man, having stocks and shares worth around $25 billion, and $25 billion something right, talking only in billions. I don't talk in millions also. So around $25 billion I was having in properties elsewhere, and it all happens like I was staying on the world's biggest house, something a little bit bigger than the Buckingham Palace and the White House combined. So it was called as the Bucking White Palace. so it was, and I was like, I mean, relaxing. I had this palace again, I mean, obviously, because as usually the rich men do, they don't invest their own money. So what they do is everything is on mortgages. So this Bucking White Palace is also on mortgages. And I had stocks and shares worth something around $35 billion, which I always trusted my biggest and the most trusted bank, that is the Lehman Brothers. That's an investment bank and world's #1 bank. Right? So I invested all my stocks, whatever investments I had invested in that bank. And whenever I need mortgages and loans, I used to go around with all other banks, shopping around. Because I was the richest man, so I used to get everything. And I had my own personal secretary whenever I'm on the beach. Obviously, she's taking my dictations. And my own chefs and chambermaids and everyone used to travel around with me. So it happened one day while I was vacationing off the beaches in Florida, and I was lying that day. My accountant came starting. He just ran around and he said, "Sir, sir." I said, "It's gone, it's gone." I said, "What's gone?" He started yelling and saying, "Come on." I said, "Come and sit down and tell me." "Sir, sir, it's gone, it's gone." I said, "What's gone?" He said, "The Lehman Brothers are gone." I said, "Okay, the brothers must have gone somewhere vacationing, so they will come back. So why do you worry about that?" And he said, "No, sir, sir, the Lehman Brothers gone bankrupt. The bank has gone bankrupt." I said, "What?" He said, "Yeah, and you have lost all your investments. Now you are zero and minus $50 billion in debt. And you don't have money to pay off my salary also." He said, "No." I said, "No, that can't be true." So I just stand there on the blinds, and I'm just thinking, "Okay, now you tell me what I should do. What I should do." He said, "I don't know what to do. Now you don't have any money to pay my bills. So, and you don't have money to pay my salary, so you take care of your own business. And I'm going." So he said, I said, "No, you can't do that." So I said, "You are my accountant, I need you. This is the time, I need you." He said, "No, I'm going. And you owe me $200,000 on my termination benefits, and I need the money now." I said, "What? How do you do that?" So he said, "No, I'm going. If you can't give me that, I'm going to take you to court." I said, "Oh my, okay, you go." I said, and all of a sudden I turned to my personal secretary and I said, "Look at that. My accountant, he is with me, and now all of a sudden he's gone." And then she said, "Well, if you can't pay his salary, you can't pay obviously my salary. I'm also going." I said, "You can't do that. Come on." So she said, "Well, I'm going." And all of a sudden I turned around, all my mates, all my chambermaids, all my butchers, tailors, and everyone who was traveling around with me, they all disappeared all of a sudden. And I'm like traveling around, and I said, "Okay, come on, let's see." And then all of a sudden I got up from there and I started walking around in the hotel. And the receptionist came yelling around me, and she said, Sir, the manager wants to see you. I said, what? Asked the manager to come and see me in my room. I was staying in the presidential suite of the hotel, obviously. So, me in the Bolswitches man. He said, no, he wants to see you in his office. I said, okay, let's see. Okay, well, why? Ask him to come. I know the bank manager, owner. And she said, no, he wants to see you in his office. I just went over there and in his office and he said, sir, you owe $99,000 in debts and I need it now. I said, I pay my personal secretary $20,000 per month. This is nothing, peanuts. I took my bank check and I wrote it. She wrote it and tore it and gave it. He said, sir, this bank is gone. Sir, there's no more. This check is useless. I said, no. So, and I had to go out and I just went outside and I couldn't get my limo. My chauffeur was gone. I had to take a taxi and I had to give my Rolex watch because obviously I didn't have money to pay off the taxi fare as well. So, and I reached my home, which was over there, and I reached my Buckingham White Palace, and while opening, I said there was a big lock outside, and all of a sudden there was a big label saying that your house it's seized because you don't have money. I'm standing there and yelling, oh no, this can't be true, this can't be true. All of a sudden my wife wakes me up and she says, come on, get up, what can be true? She said, oh no, I had my worst nightmare of my day. And I told her, oh my God, thank God I'm not a billionaire and just an ordinary man. I don't have to worry about all this. And thank you very much.